Hello once again, good people. So, you know what it is. I went to the flea market today because one booth had advertised that they had got a bunch of boxes of comics in and they were having a sale. 25% off all their regular stuff, 15% off wall books. I didn't get any of those spoilers, but regular stuff I did. And dollar bin stuff, three for a dollar. And there was some others. I got another couple of booths there. My homie Dan, when I saw him, I'm like, "You didn't get any new stuff in, did you? Because I don't really want to leave with like a lot of stuff to carry." But he's like, "Yeah, I did." And I was like, "Oh man, I always end up getting like a short box of stuff from all your bargain bins. I'm gonna try not to, but that's what usually happens." So, yeah, that's all this stuff here. So we're gonna get to that after too. Okay, I tried to be like pretty discerning. I'm getting too many books. I'm getting them like faster than I can read them, man. Um, Bad. But let's go. Friends, it is hot as a pistol as I'm recording this, even though I'm like waited till the night time. I waited till the night time to record this, but it's still hot at night. But anyways, sorry. Uh, to keep it pertinent here. Action Comics Weekly number 624. I've just been checking out some Black Canary a little bit because I like her in Green Arrow, but this also has the Dead Man stuff. I'm kind of looking to fill the run of the Mike Baron Dead Man Action Comics Weekly. Uh, yeah, three for a dollar for these. Hawkworld number three, the ongoing. I've said it before as like not as fun as the mini series, but I'm gonna stick with it. I'm gonna check out more. Number five, Homicide Special number one. I just saw that this was what's his face, John Arcudi writing and Doug Monk on art. I like Doug Monk's art. They were a good team on Alien Stronghold. If you're looking for good aliens stories, that's one to get. Absolutely, definitely in the top five. Definitely top five aliens. Interface number one. This is James D. Hudnall, and maybe different writers on each. Just checking it out. Some epic, and I like Hudnall. Thriller number two. We talked about this on another um, previous video. Robert Lauren Fleming and Trevor Von Eeden. Yeah, he was the guy that they wanted to do, or Miller wanted to do Batman Year One before Mazzucchelli. And also another little known fact about this series. Apparently, when the editor was kind of undermining the creative team, is what I understand, anyways. What I've heard from Comics Writer Brain Channel, that they left and the series was like it kind of had some like cult following, and Alan Moore wanted to write it, but the editor was like, "Who's this guy?" Nah. So Alan Moore went on to Swamp Thing instead, but he could have been the writer on this after the original creator team. That's just alternate history. What if? Okay, I'm putting. Oh yeah, this came with extra copy of issue number one too. So yeah, extra copy of number one. You gotta love it when there's two issues in one bag. You only pay for one. I'm putting together all the aliens, colonial marines. The I'm more so putting the ones that are like out of 12, because that's with sorry, with Gaiman and some other dudes. But I got this by accident, so I didn't even know there was one that was out of 10. So I was just getting like Cadillacs and Dinosaurs. I thought this was the reprints by Mark Schultz that were from Epic, but there's actually Top, so it's like a different creative team. You got Roy Thomas, Claude St. Aubin, Alan Nunes Sylvain, and it also has Jean-Marc Lofficier inside, a longtime collaborator, or sometimes collaborator and friend of Jean Giraud Mobius. So there's a story in here that is kind of a Mobius style Cadillacs and Dinosaurs story, at least art wise, and like even the font, that lettering that the guy uses. I think he might have been a letterer for Mobius at times. Here's a Sam Keith cover on this also, so I'll check it out. Usually I only like the Mark Schultz stuff, but I'm not familiar with this. It could be good. Hellblazer number 44. Some of the original Garth Ennis, Dangerous Habits run, where Constantine is maybe gonna die. Good run. House of Mystery number 303, just putting together all of these as well. This has some like Bruce Jones and Tom Sutton, as well as some others. House of Mystery number 304, 308, Joe Kubrick cover. Putting together these all the time, the Barry Windsor Smith Marvel Comics Presents Weapon X. They're pretty hype. I remember when I was a kid, I got one though from the corner store when my aunt was babysitting. I remember it like so vividly right now. It's almost like I could remember the smell of the store, man. Seeing like a cover of like, whoa, Wolverine, Weapon X, and then buy it without flipping through it, and then there's only like 8 pages of Wolverine, and being like, what? And then so I didn't like it as a kid, and it was hard to put together. It's even still hard to put together all of these, but it's pretty awesome. Yeah, here's number 83. I think I have this bookmark just to take a little look. I love his coloring also. Of course, his line work is sick, and he doesn't shy away from violence. Unfortunately, the comic that I got when I was a kid, there was like no action in it. Part of the story, that's why. Oh, here you got some action though. Just fucking actually like stabbing a guy with his claws in the head. You don't see that too often. And here he is. I guess he's like almost falling apart and on fire, but his healing factor is keeping him alive and in action. Some Alan Moore Avatar Press Lovecraftian kind of stuff. Some of Alan Moore's Lovecraftian stuff for Avatar Press is pretty awesome. Particularly, I'm thinking of what's the story where it's told from the like super racist FBI agent's point of view the whole time? That one's really good, man. That was super fun. He's such an asshole, but it's so fun. So fun. Yeah, so checking this out. This is issue number 1. He had a couple of other ones there. Might check them out. Also, if I like this, which I very well could like this. Putting together the Erik Larsen Spider-Man run. So number 343. So yeah, $1 off on a lot of these. Kevin Eastman cover for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles number 95. I think this is close to the City at War timeline, so I'm kind of just curious about this later post-Mirage Studios TMNT stuff. And yeah, the Kevin Eastman cover doesn't hurt. Kind of just want to put together a little bit of it and read it, say how it is. I think there's a lot of the same team, Eastman and Waltz anyways, of Last Ronin. A martial arts authorized training manual with Raphael, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. Featured this before. I like this style of TMNT drawing. And which year is this from? I want to say this is from like the late 80s, early 90s. And yeah, it's like martial arts instructions. Putting together a second set of V for Vendetta when I can, cheap. Why not? Volume 4. They're actually pretty awesome to open up and like look at in the floppy format, because then you can like leave it open and stuff. Dave Lloyd's art is just fucking sick, man. He's awesome. Likewise with Watchmen, why not put together a second set of Watchmen for cheap too when I can. I think I'm about halfway there. So there's Watchmen number 8. The Prison Break issue. Weird War Tales number 68. Classic DC horror war anthology. It's kind of better earlier, but you're always guaranteed like some kind of Twilight Zone stuff. It can be campy at times, but you're always guaranteed a death like in a cool military costume from any era of history, even like old history. Here he is as an artiste. Paint a picture of war and all you will see is my face. Or what does that say? My image. Yeah, you're always gonna get stuff like this. Like this guy here. Jerry Chlalok, Romeo Tonghall. You're gonna see names like that as well. Some skilled overseas artists that were working with DC. Okay, lastly from that vendor, he had a box of like kind of just miscellaneous magazines and stuff. He had this in there. I said, how much do you want for this? He said only like $2, so I got it. I actually have a copy of this already. Factoid books, published by DC. Early 2000s, I think it was. They have these like non-fiction collections. This is Big Book of Bad, and they kind of just get one writer or editor and a bunch of different artists to talk about, like, this is just bad kind of moments in history, I guess I would say. Although there are like bad guys in literature. Rogues Gallery of Roman Emperors, Holy Spirit Gilderay by Eddie Newell, H.H. Holmes and His Murder Castle by Kieran Dwyer, The Sawney Bean Family by Thomas Sutton. I think that was a kind of cannibalistic bandit, like large gang family that lived in the woods in like medieval times and would just prey on people in like pretty large area. Pol Pot by Joe Sacco, Kurtz's Law by Trevor, Dracula by John Bogdanov, Lady Macbeth by Esteban Maroto. Lots of names in here. The KKK by Rick Geary. Wait, who's this? The Salem Witch Trials by Gone Wilson. And there's a lot of facts here that you might not know. Like all the Roman Emperor stuff. Like there's a lot of stuff here that I learned. Even though, you know, being a general jack of all trades kind of history buff or whatever. Or like just interested in all kinds of things. Sir Francis Galton by Charles Adlard. Nasal Sex by Rene French. That's when Freud, along with like the era of like phrenology and stuff, he became kind of convinced, you know, that there's like the, what's it called, like oral fixation, and he talks about like anal retention and all that kind of weird stuff, but he was kind of convinced that the nose was connected to like people's relaxation or neuroses, and like having it sexually stimulated or penetrated would do different things, so that's pretty crazy. Got Eddie Campbell in here. George Evans. Gray Morrow. A lot of guys. Okay, I just have it like a little bit bookmarked. Yeah, the Roman emperors here. Tiberius, Nero, Caligula. It's when Caligula converted a temple or a wing of the palace into a brothel. Nero was theatrical to the end. What an artist perishes in me, he says as he dies, apparently. Commodus, yeah, that's from the Gladiator movie, right? That he would like jump in the arena. This guy's pretty scary. Fritz Harman, the Vampire of Hanover. This is creepy ass shit. I think, was this the guy that Fritz Lang's M was based on? I think it might have been. I might be getting that confused though. Okay, just a couple. We'll keep it moving. Here's the Sawney Bean Family by Thomas Sutton. This is crazy shit, man. Yeah, and I like how atmospheric the art is for each piece too. Kind of takes you to a different place pertinent to the writing. The facts, just the facts. Salem Witch Hunt by Gone Wilson. There's some original quotes, some testimonies and stuff included in here too. Here's Rene French doing that nasal sex showcase. Yeah, so that's Big Book of Bad. Some other favorites of those are Big Book of the Unexplained, Big Book of Conspiracies, which is, was it Kelly, the guy who did James Kelly Rich, the guy who did King Kill 33, or this friend, maybe some Feral House association there. So they don't get any, they're not slouches, the guys that were writing on these. Yeah, there's a bunch. There's Big Book of the 70s, Big Book of Losers, but yeah, these aren't bad. If you see them around, they're worth a flip through. Kind of like a awesome coffee table book that you could just read front to back and be thoroughly entertained the whole time, or even just like flip through randomly.
Okay, that was that vendor. Let's go to the next one.
Okay, next up was the guy's booth who I think he's been having a flea market booth I think since I was like a kid, and he always has cool kind of like off the beaten path or off mainstream stuff. Like you could tell that he's into like the art and writing of stuff, and the inventory kind of changes like pretty frequently. I remember getting some of like Global Frequency and Transmetropolitan there when I was young, like for the first time and stuff like that, I think. But yeah, there's stuff from a dollar bin there. Army at Love, number 9. Number 12. Homage Studio Swimsuit Special. Yeah, baby. Shake it for me. Shake it for daddy. Shake it for me, baby. Don't tease me. Don't tease me. Okay, tease me. Here's some early J. Scott Campbell. Sorry about that, guys. You know we gotta be a little creepy. Get the cheesecake swimsuit specials, especially from the late 80s or 90s. Always good stuff. Yeah, early ass J. Scott Campbell. There's a lot of nice stuff in here. Have extra copies, but just getting, you know, Spills Portaccio with Scott Williams inking. I really love that combination. It looks really good. Just like the feathering, I guess you'd call it. There's something kind of like lush and I don't know, just really pleasing about it. Who did this one? Character from Wildcats. Oh yeah, it's Brian Stelfreeze. Let's flip it up the right way for you. I could flip through like this whole dang thing, man. Oh yeah, here's Mark Silvestri, Psyblade. Finally, found some more Lady Justice in the dollar bin. I don't want to pay full retail for these. That just doesn't seem... It just seems like unprofessional. I will though, because I do like these. This is volume 1 from techno.com. So this is number 4 and number 5. Ain't it always the way that you pay like more for something than then the next booth you find it for $1? This is Neonomicon number 1 again. Punisher Born number 2. Kind of halfway to putting a second set of these together too, because this is one of the better Punisher Garth Ennis storylines that I've read when he's in the Vietnam War. Somerset Home is number 3. So now I have numbers 1 to 5, and pretty quickly was able to put that together from bargain bins. Thriller number 6, again by Robert Lawrence Fleming and Trevor Von Eeden. Wildstorm Swimsuit Special number 2. Oh yeah, baby. Oh, give it to me, baby. Don't tease me. Okay, tease me. So this is Jim Lee cover too. Nice double page cover there. Yeah, look at that transparency. That's some nice rendering. And that kind of like, is that like a shared stone kind of like neck covering? Nice. Freaking nice. Oh yeah. Okay, I'm sorry guys. This is printed into the time. Some Forrest Gump reference there. Kind of nice. I mean, a lot of these you're gonna have highlights and low points, but this is pretty solid. This looks nice too. I can't remember who did this one. It's like somebody that I've never been like familiar with, but this one's nice. I don't want to show all of it just because that'd be kind of boring. Is Brett Booth maybe this one? It's a double pager. It's a shame when they stopped like shouting out the artist in the write up on each one. This like sorry, I don't know. That key kind of thing, that might be a hint. Here's Jim Lee and somebody else, Fairchild. I'll keep it moving, don't worry. Okay, this one's pretty nice too. Oh yeah, Mike S. Miller. You know, Hail Comics Gate.
X Miller, kind of like on the outs with Comics Gate and stuff. But like honestly, dude, not the best, not the most entertaining guy on the internet, but his art is sick actually. When I find stuff by him, I'm like, holy. A lot of the time, when I look at it, I'm like, who did this? It's by him, and I'm like, holy shit, man, he's fucking actually good. Joe Chiodo here. Another early Mike S. Miller. I love the colors on here. The colors in the rendering meeting together. Okay, we'll keep it moving. But don't tease me. I'll tease you guys. Keep it moving.
Anyway, new X-Men number 121. It's more Morrison quietly. Just putting it together, gonna revisit it. An Eerie magazine from the dollar bin. This is Eerie number 129. It's always nice to find Eerie. I don't really recognize... Okay, you got San Julian. It's all names I'm not familiar with, so... Let's go. Okay, one more vendor. Yeah, so hit up your boy Dan at Mad Hat Comics there. And, I didn't want to get a lot, but he said he got a lot of new stuff in, so of course I had to look through, like, everything again. And, yeah, even though I got a couple of, like, $2, maybe $3 books, and, stuff like that, everything, and even, like, all the dollar bin stuff, it worked out to, he charged me, like, less than 50 cents each for these. Man, that guy rules. I actually ran into him, outside while he was on a smoke break, and we were just chatting a little bit, talking about like the comic scene across the country or like internationally and stuff, and like just like market and whatnot. And he was saying something like he didn't know where to like direct people necessarily when people ask like where to go, and I wanted to say like I would direct them to you, man. You have like some of the best bargain bins around, like even beating comic shows a lot. But I didn't want to like be a kiss ass, so I just kept my mouth shut. But it's true. His dollar bins are awesome. His bargain bins are awesome. His $2 and $3 bins as well. Like I've consistently found stuff that was multitude, more valuable retail. Say there've been a couple times in the $3 bins I'd find stuff that would retail for like 15 and stuff like that. So yeah, I'll shout that dude out anytime. I can't stop because I keep going there so much. But here's Bizarre 3D Zone. Spain Rodriguez, Shaw, Stout, William Stout, Stroud, Pound, Williams. Is Blackthorn Publishing, which I hear can be a bit rough, but it's 3D stuff. I'll check it out by Underground Dudes. Here's some Spain. It's just kind of weird. Get your 3D glasses on. I should have told you that before I went on a little rant. Pause. Go get your 3D glasses. Check it out. It's just weird. Doing these kind of designs. Just kind of abstract art. And then you got this kind of thing here. And a babe. Fat dudes. Big... what would that be called? Like a grub or something? Nice. Good work. And some more kind of abstract designs, so cool to find a 3D like underground thing. Less than 50 cents. You pay now. You buy. You like. Barbarella number 2. I don't really like, this isn't really my kind of thing to read, but I don't know. I'm just putting these together anyways. I figure, why not? I'll be able to move it, find a good home for it at some point. Legends of the Dark Knight number 40. I was missing this one, part 2 by Brian Talbot, who did Tale of One Bad Rat, which is sick. Legends of the Dark Knight number 48. I was missing this one as well, Heat number 3 by Doug Moench and Russ Heath. Let's take a quick look. I'm kind of curious what's in here. It was kind of like a sexual, like, slasher, like an 80s kind of, like, slasher flick, where he's targeting, like, scantily clad chicks the whole time, the villain of this. Kind of like a sexually charged, innuendo-filled story, too, which is kind of weird, like a B-movie slasher, adultish Batman story. And Russ Heath is pretty nice. I like his stuff. Black Canary #1. Accidentally got some extra copies of this, but I'm kind of like, I haven't read this yet, but Sarah Byam and Trevor Von Eeden, I'm just kind of taking an educated guess that this won't suck. I have a good feeling about it. Yeah, extra copy there. And #2 and #3. I think it's a 4-part series. I'm not sure though. Blade Runner Origins. Titan Comics has been putting out. Sorry, I was drinking some beer before I started recording. It's Friday night. No, it's Saturday night. But Titan Comics has been putting out some of these Blade Runner comics, and they look like they might be good. Some of the Free Comic Book Day ones have been pretty good. Sorry again about that belching. Here's a pretty awesome, kind of like indie, but it's Vertigo. Chiaroscuro, The Private Lives of Leonardo da Vinci. I've read this before and have it, but why not get an extra copy? Here's #1. It's about the life of the alleged muse and sometime gay lover of Leonardo da Vinci, Salai. I never know what to really think of history, but this is interesting as hell, man. It's a really and it's a page turner. This whole series, I think it's 10 issues, but so much happens even in just one issue, as you can see here. But better turn the page quick. Just want to show all that. It was awesome, man. A very interesting read. From the 90s too, when this kind of thing was more controversial, of course. Yeah, it's a pretty sick read. I think I've read this 2 or 3 times already throughout my life. Just because once you flip through it, you kind of just want to keep reading it, and it goes through the whole life of Leonardo as well, just told by somebody who was allegedly very close to him. And they say that this guy was the model for even Mona Lisa and some others, but they say all kinds of stuff, even though it was a self-portrait or whatnot. But what was I gonna say? Yeah, it has stuff about when Leonardo was, when he's old and is having a hard time and stuff with inspiration or hating his own art and just all kinds of things. Really humanizes him. It's not exploitative or overtly sexually political either, because identity politics and that stuff even makes me sick, man. I don't care if somebody's gay or straight or whatever. It's just all I see when I look at people is I don't even see color. I just see a beautiful ball of light and love. But yeah, it's awesome, man. This is fucking sick shit. They don't overdo it with the controversy. It's just all very interesting. Okay, here's another thing. He said he basically gave me these Conans for free, which is kind of cool, because I was just there were a lot there, but I just kept it strictly to the issues that were under 100. And again, as I always say, I like Savage Sword of Conan way more. It seems like these are always a lot more peachy or child friendly, which isn't bad, but I just want Savage. I just want him to be fucking savage, man. So that's number 36, number 63, 64. Yeah, I don't know. I might be able to put a set of 1 to 100-ish together and just do something with it after, or maybe 50 to 100 or something. Number 65, 66, 67, 69, nice, 70, 72, maybe I'm a little bit tipsy, 76. I'm such a cheap date now. I get way tipsy so easy. I only drank 1 beer, man. 76, 79, but I'm swaying a little bit. I just forgot to drink that much in years. Number 80, number 81, 82, 85, It's a pretty nice color hold there. 87. These just aren't quite as like awesome as Savage Sword. Number 89. They're cool in their own right though. Nice Gorgon on a snake body there. Number 96. And here's Conan Red Nails. I think this is a reprint of the first issues by Barry Windsor Smith back when he was just known as Barry Smith, right? This was like his first commercial work even. It might be a little too rich looking, like maybe it looks better on the original newsprint, but I imagine it's like faded. Stuff on those are hard to get in high grade. Because people didn't really know that it would be a popular series as well, so maybe it wasn't even printed or taken care of that much. Skeleton Warrior looks pretty sick. Okay, moving on. Been getting Paul Chadwick's Concrete out of the bins when I find them for pretty cheap, so getting a pretty good little set together. Here's Concrete Killer Smile, number 1. Is this when he like kind of runs into some like traveling serial killers or something? Number 2. Number 3. Number 4. I don't know what this is, but I just saw the names that worked on it. Ed Brubaker, Jim Lee, Alex Sinclair doing some like Wildstorm stuff from the early 2000s, I think. Coup d'etat, Sleeper. Coup d'etat, Stormwatch. Coup d'etat, Wildcats version 3.0. Coup d'etat, The Authority. So that's parts 1 to 4 of Coup d'etat, apparently. This art looks pretty cool. Don't know what it is, but I saw like I could get a set of it and just, you know, flip it after or something if I don't like it. Dark Horse Presents number 3. You got some Boris the Bear and Concrete in there too. Dark Horse Presents number 40. Anytime I see Bacchus, I'll get it. But I kind of want to get all the Dark Horse Presents, but it's just easy to say yes if it's Bacchus, especially for under 50 cents. Hell yeah. This has Dark Horse Presents number 42 with the Aliens by, is it Paul Gaiman? The guy who did Heartbreakers. His art's kind of cool. His writing's kind of cool too. Some nice petrified, what are they, astronauts? They don't. That's a nice shot too. Just tearing that synth up. Dark Horse Presents number 44, or Bacchus. Dark Horse Presents 110. This has some Rene French, Ninth Gland in here too. Donna Matrix number 1, love it or hate it. I remember I didn't really like this the first time I tried reading it. I thought it was pretty dumb, but actually now, when I think on it, I'm like, maybe it's not. Maybe it's kind of good. I'll check it out again and see. Built for Pleasure, Programmed for Destruction, The Perfect Killing Machine. Echo of Futurepast number 6. You got a Mike Golden, Bucky O'Hare here cover. Who else do you have in here? Torpedo, yeah, by Alex Toth and F. Sanchez Abuli. This looks wicked. Her name was Thelma. She was a slut, but she was a hell of a great looking slut. I was hired to kill her, but if I did, I never would have tasted those luscious lips or run my hands over that gorgeous body. I told her I was a cop. She swallowed it. Hook, line, and sinker. It was a lie, of course. A joke. The mob knows me as Luke. Luke the Torpedo. I just read those and I'm like, that's wicked. Yeah, this Alex Toth art looks wicked too. Not the usual kind of writing that you see, right? It doesn't seem very cookie cutter, which I appreciate.
Okay, some Art Adams Fantastic Four. I forgot that I had this already like twice, I think, but yeah. Let's just show a little bit. The Spider-Man, Incredible Hulk, and Wolverine there. Some Ghost Rider. The Ghost Rider with Art Adams doesn't quite work. He's like too cartoony. He doesn't look like scary at all. Still looks cool though, but just, it doesn't have that kind of scary feeling at all. And here's your new Fantastic Four temp. Ooh, D&D ad. Fear Agent number 6. Rick Remender and Jerome Opena were a team on Uncanny X-Force. And fuck, I'm done reading that series, but I want more. I wish there was more. But yeah, I see that this is like what they worked on before that. So that's number 6, number 7, number 8, number 9, number 10. Not familiar with this, but Garth Ennis and Derek Robertson, Fury, Volume 2, number 1. Them kind of going back to Fury's kind of military roots, military adventure. And this is under the Max line, so it's explicit. But it's a little, I remember Volume 1, it was a little too, like, comedic for me. I kind of like when things are a little more serious. When, rather than Garth Ennis leaning into any kind of comedy and shock, I prefer when, like, the comedy and shock is, like, incidental and just comes out naturally to the story, maybe. It's hard to explain, but I think that's when I think Garth Ennis is at his best. But I think I remember having the impression that Fury Volume 2 is, like, a little more serious. But even Volume 1 is pretty good, honestly. Here's one that might be worth a little bit of money, actually. Sergio Aragones' Gru the Wanderer number 1 from 1982, I think. I think this is actually Volume 1 of Gru. Not the first appearance, though, right? But, like, his first ongoing series. But, I loved Sergio Aragones as a kid. And, yeah, Pop Comics, he always, like, remarks on Gru, and I'm like, yeah, I should check out Gru again. More Sergio Aragones. Love that stuff. So, yeah, cool find. Hawkworld number 8. Again, I figured I'd get, like, the first 10. Number 9. This is kind of a cool cover. Getting more dark now. Because that first miniseries is so dark and contrasty and looks more like this. So I'm hoping they can get to that. Number 10. This looks a lot brighter. Some fan service. Let's see. I want to see that fan service. Where is it, man? I should edit this. It's too late, though. There we go. Yeah, baby. Sorry, guys. Sorry. Hellblazer number 172. By Azzarello and Marcello Fruzin. Actually, like, even though I shit on Brian Azzarello, in this era and this run on Hellblazer is, like, pretty decent. Pretty good. Will Eisner's John Law Detective. Yeah, some Will Eisner in less than 50 cents. Why not? And that's number 1 too, I think. Yeah, my dumb ass accidentally putting together like almost a third set of Kitty Pryde and Wolverine. I was just so close. This is one of the only ones I'm missing. So, yeah, number 6. Madame Mirage, First Look by Paul Dini and Kenneth Rocafort. Wasn't Paul Dini one of the co-directors or creative like designers for Batman the Animated Series? Am I getting that shit wrong? Maybe that Harley Quinn or Mad Love shit too. I don't know. I'm not super familiar. This art looks kind of cool though. It does look nice. You never know though with this kind of art if it's just gonna be something kind of generic-y, kind of like Image or something like Wildstormy back in the know what I mean? I'm being a little cynical right now, but could be good. More Sergio Aragonés. This is the Mighty Magnor #1. It's still in the bag too. It's still in the original bag. And it has a pop-out cover, and I'm like, hey, it's still in the bag, and then I read the cover here. Hola, amigos. I hope you enjoy this first issue of Magnar, as much as Mark and I enjoyed doing it for you. My sister opened my copy of Magnor. Now it's not mint. I have to go buy another copy. Poor guy. This one's still in the bag. But I found another copy with the... that's not in the bag, that has like the pop-up cover ripped off or something. So I guess this is what is behind this. Let's try to do a animation here, I guess. I'm not sure. I think I'll find out when I... Should I open that other one? Should I leave it in the bag? It must have been in the bag since when? 1993. Okay. Marvel Comics presents Wolverine. Marvel Comics presents 91. I didn't even notice though till I got home and like was getting ready for this video. It's like the side of it is like sliced off. This must be worth a bunch of money because of that. But yeah, some Sam Keith Wolverine, you know. Marvel Tales starring Spider-Man and the Punisher. So I imagine this is like near, well, reprinting around the time of Punisher's first appearance. But this looks to be a Mike Zeck cover. I'm just guessing, because just the way that Punisher looks there, his body, his pose, and his face. Just guessing. Mystery Quarterly #1. Kind of a cool cover. And it says it also has Batman by Denny O'Neil and Mike Grell. But yeah, just flipping through it. Let's get sleazier, hey guys? Get sleazy on this channel. Looks kind of good. A chick in her underwear killing a guy. What more could you want? Keeping it moving. No Hero #5 from Avatar. Juan Jose Rip and Warren Ellis. Let's give Juan Jose Rip a little bit of love because people shit on him a little bit. It's kind of understandable. Everybody's like open to criticism, but he does have his own unique thing going on too, and he does have skill. Let's see here. Oh yeah, there's a big bunch of Marvel Knights era of Punisher. Yeah, so that's like before... That's before Max, right? Marvel Knights was before Max, so this is like earlier. Garth Ennis, Steve Dillon. I remember reading this when it came out, and it was kind of like fun to read, but it wasn't... It was more like serial... What would you call it? Where it's like episodic, or I didn't really find that I wanted to like keep it, that I would like want to like reread it over and over. But all these years later, I'm like, maybe I should reread it if it's like so cheap, man. See if maybe I want to keep it and stuff. It was kind of, I remember it being kind of like written for the trades. It felt like you'd have to read like the 6-issue story arc. But anyways, I'm shitting on it, but could be good. I'm kind of looking forward to revisiting this. #3. #4, #10, this is different, dude, though. Different guys. #12, yeah, it's different. But Garth Ennis and Steve Dillon back for #13. And then I guess this is like volume 2 because the price has increased and different logo and everything. #3. #4, it's hard to tell from the covers. #5. #6. #7, #8, #10, Secrets of Haunted House, #15. You know, we'll just always pick up any old DC horror anthologies
It's 50-50. Touch and go if they're awesome or not. Extra copy of Somerset Homes #3, just because I was like, you know, in case it's in better shape than the other one or something. Swamp Thing #100, a special double-sized issue. I had never read Swamp Thing this far in the series, so I'll be off. But usually it seems like they would make this like a jumping on point, right? But Alfredo Alcala and Kelly Jones, let us look. Was my thinking. That Kelly Jones Swamp Thing looks pretty crazy. Heavy Wrightson influence on Kelly Jones, eh? Must be. He's probably... Has he even said that? It doesn't seem like something you would try to hide. Here's some psychedelic kind of horror. The caption says angels. Kind of that be not afraid. It's more that kind of thing. I wonder what it's like. I remember Alan Moore's Swamp Thing. It actually is kind of like creepy and scary to read, though. It's fun. It's nice when horror is actually like kind of creepy. Because a lot of horror nowadays, as I'm kind of fond of saying lately, is like it's only like action or comedy with horror elements or set in a setting of horror. A lot of horror isn't actually scary anymore, which is pretty lame. Here's an issue of Twilight Zone. 1971. Number 73. This art looks kind of good. Some of the now issues of Twilight Zone are like hit or miss, but they're different collaborative teams on each issue, so some of them can be actually quite good. I'd never seen this one before. I have seen some other Twilight Zone #1s, but I guess this is from a volume I haven't seen before. But it is... Oh, that's a cool ad for Narc. Driving around in a freaking Porsche or Ferrari. Just mowing junkies down in the street. Lucky bastards. Anyways, this is written by Harlan Ellison, illustrated by Neil Adams. So that's a cool team. Might be alright. Be worth giving a chance anyway. Vertigo Quarterly, CMYK. This is the only one I was missing. I don't know if this is trash or not, but this is the only one I was missing out of those four. I'm looking for some good Wolverine. This is Jeff Loeb, who, I don't know, can be alright. And Simone Bianchi, whose painting can be pretty good. So I thought I'd check out this little run here by them. Number 52, 53, 54. Yeah, there's Sabretooth on each cover too, so hopefully there's Sabretooth in these. I just gotta say though, sometimes the faces look weird by him. But otherwise, like, pretty awesome art. It's always kind of dark too. Sabretooth. Sabretooth in a Nazi outfit. Got the Iron Cross on. Nice 2-page spread there. Putting together this set again, World Without End, by Jamie Delano and John Higgins. Number 2 of 6. Number 3. And number 6 of 6. This is a cool find. Melting Pot #1 by Kevin Eastman, Eric Talbot, and Simon Bisley. We gotta show some of this, man. Love when these guys team up. There's some good collaboration when they get together.
been waiting to piece this all together to read it too, so getting pretty close. What do we got going on here? It's just all far out. Nice 2-page spread at the end too. Yeah, so these spreads on the bookends connect, I guess. So it's more like a 4-page spread. Sorry, let me get it together here. That's pretty awesome. The splatter. I love this style, man. This like late 80s or like 1990 kind of style. I want to say even like mid 80s to early 80s kind of thing. You see this thing in a lot of, like, we were talking about source books before. Like, say like Shadowrunner, D&D, I mean. Kind of this kind of stuff. Where it's like kind of amateurish, but it's just so fun. It's like so good. Such a good balance of like not caring about all the like rules and stuff. The rules are good, they can help you learn and stuff, but the pure fun is like what it's all about. Okay. Getting to the end. The Tick, number 3. Sure. I remember getting some Tick when I was a kid. The first comic shop I ever went in, where I went to get like TMNT number 2. Oh, I wish that survived the house fire that we had back then. It would be worth thousands of dollars. But anyways, I also got like some Tick issues back then. This is number 3. Number 7. Oh yeah, and he had this, lastly he had this set of Empire of the Dead for me. So finally going to be able to read these. So thanks for watching, guys. I'm going to go through the end here. Illustrated by Alex Maleev. So this is volume 1, number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Act 2, illustrated by Dalibor Delajic. Maybe that's a Croatian name. That's number 1, 2. Just the whole set. 3, 4, 5. Who did number... Oh, okay, yeah, cool. Andrea Muti did Act 3. So, cool. I keep like running into this dude's art and kind of digging it. Yeah, so this is 1 to 5. I'll just flip through it and say thanks for watching, guys. Like and comment and all that stuff. Do whatever you like. But it's welcome, and it's always nice to hear from you guys. Thank you guys for all the kind words, and it's really fun because I did kind of want to make these, like, make this channel and videos for people that are like kind of want like that same thing of like I want to find like fun art, fun writing, and yeah, it's nice that I'm able to like do something kind of good, I guess, or like for somebody like me, or like I don't know how to put it that doesn't sound stupid, but it's just nice to like spread like kind of like happiness and like good stuff, you know. Number 2, number 3, 4, 5. So thanks, guys. Thanks for everything, and we'll see you in the next one or the comments or whatever. And take care out there. All the best.